If you've been practicing primal movement and you want to put your skills to the test, then this 20-minute workout is the perfect challenge for you. I'll be guiding you through a series of advanced bodyweight movements that demand strength, mobility, and coordination. I'll also be providing progressions each round so you can continue to expand your practice. Let's get started with our warm-up right now. All you need is your body and a little space to move around, so stand up and get ready. Let's get the blood pumping with some jumping jacks. Bounce and bring the arms and legs out, and then bounce and bring the arms and legs in. Keep the bounce low while driving the feet strongly through the ground. Find a steady rhythm and focus on building connection throughout the body. Feel free to swing the arms out and above the head for more of that classic jumping jack. Do your best to keep the eyes up and the posture tall to wake up and activate the entire body. Next, interlace the fingers at heart height for wrist waves. Start by lifting the left elbow, then left wrist, followed by the right wrist, and then left elbow, creating a smooth wave through the arms. Focus on waking up the wrists and forearms through both flexion and extension. Reverse the movement by lifting the right elbow, then right wrist, followed by the left wrist, and then left elbow. Switching directions may be challenging at first, so slow down, break it down piece by piece, and gradually smooth it out over time. Stand tall and chop the hips back into a hinge. Place the hands on the ground and pull the butt down into a deep squat, doing your best to keep your heels on the ground. Hold for a couple seconds, then reach the hips high into a forward fold. As you drop into the squat, activate the hamstrings to deepen the knee joints and actively flex the thighs into the abdomen to deepen the hips. Hold and breathe into this tension at the hip crease and lower core before reaching the hips high to the sky. Find a slow and steady flow that allows you to actively find your deep squat. Sink back into the deep squat. Heels can be on or off the ground here, whatever position feels best for you. Place both hands a couple feet in front of you, rock forward, and pour more weight through the hands, touching the knees to the ground. Press through the hands and return back to the squat. Inhale as you rock forward and exhale as you rock back into the squat. Continue rocking back and forth, feeling the core activate as you press through the hands. When rocking forward, do your best to bring your eyes up at least a few feet in front of your hands to open up any rounded posture through the upper back and shoulders. Rock into the elevated cat position with knees underneath the belly button and wrists underneath the shoulders. Lift opposite hand and foot. Send the lifted knee under and through while planting the back foot fully on the ground. Do your best to fully sit down on the hip and press through the planted hand and foot to rotate back to cat. Alternate sides, finding a nice smooth flow to open up the hips and prime rotation throughout the body. When sitting down into the hips, stay tall through the spine with your eyes up to open up your posture and create space in the torso. Last move of the warm-up, the cat crawl. Get into the cat position and take small steps forward with opposite hand and foot. Continue to find stability through the core and stay active in the shoulders and the hips. Maintain a steady pace, moving forward and backward in your given space. Breathe to create connection and stability on both the inhale and the exhale. For these last 15 seconds, focus on same length steps while landing hand and foot at the same time to dial in that coordination and rhythm. Boom, that's the warm up. Stand up, wiggle it out, and let's take a look at what you've gotten yourself into. In round one, we'll start with base moves, the side kick through, the shrimp squat, and the front step through. In round two, we'll be leveling it up with the side kick through to scorpion, the pistol squat, and the front kick through. And we'll finish it out in round three with the side kick roll, the shrimp to pistol squat flow, and lastly, the front switch kick. Structure for this workout is simple. We'll be working for 50 seconds and resting for 30 to 40 seconds between exercises. A quick warning, this workout is challenging. It demands strength, mobility, coordination, and endurance. This is me giving you full permission to take extra rest when you need it and to stick to the base moves if the progressions are too demanding. One of the biggest lessons I've learned through this practice is to listen to the body, and this workout is a great opportunity to practice that. All right, we're gonna get started in just about 10 seconds with the side kick through. So get down on the ground and get ready in the kneeling cat position. I'll take you through this move step by step. Elevate the knees and start by lifting the right hand and left foot, rotating to the right and kicking the left leg through. Drive the opposite elbow back like you're drawing a bow. Return by lifting the right heel and pivoting back to cat. Continue the flow on the other side by lifting the left hand and right foot. Find your tempo, exhaling on the kick and inhaling on the return. Bring more intention to the movement by kicking and pointing the toe while externally rotating the kicking leg from the hip. As the heat builds in the body, drive through the planted limbs and create length through the reaching limbs. Continue to breathe, building stability and connection throughout the movement. Rest, stand up, and keep the body moving. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and come back to this breathing pattern during every rest period to maximize recovery. Shrimp squat is up next. We're going to work on single leg strength, flexing deep into the hip, knee, and ankle with the intention of touching the floating knee to the ground. Do your best, working in a range of motion that feels strong and connected. Reach and hinge back through the right hip while flexing into the knee and ankle to lower your level. Touch the knee to the ground, then drive through the right foot to extend into standing. Switch balance legs and repeat the squat on the other side. Inhale as you sink into the squat and exhale as you press up to standing. The shrimp squat is a more hip dominant movement, so focus on sending the hips back to feel a loaded stretch in the back pocket. Reaching arms forward will help you stay balanced and distribute weight evenly throughout the body. Find a steady and strong flow, alternating sides after each rep. If you lose balance, simply reset and give it another go. Rest, wiggle out those legs, and come back to the breath to recover for the front step through. You'll start in cat and then press back to load the hips. Pull the body forward, lunging the right foot to replace right hand. Then kick the left leg through the window of the support arm and leg. You'll then thread the leg back through the window, returning to the starting position. Step forward, then thread the back leg through the window. Extend the leg through and forward while sitting down into the hips. Return by threading the leg back through the window, stepping back, and loading the hips. Alternate sides and focus on breaking it down step by step before increasing tempo. Inhale on the front step, exhale on the kick, inhale on the back step, and exhale on the load. If you're having trouble kicking through the window, try stepping out at an angle on the front step. This will give you a wider window to sit through. Continue to drive through the limbs that are contacting the ground to build connection through your core. Rest. Round 1 down, 2 more to go. You've got a little extra rest here, so use this time to breathe, move around, and get centered before we hop into round 2. Next up is the side kick through to scorpion. Start with a side kick through, sweep the kicking leg under the torso, then over to rotate the body. Land on the sweeping foot, then reverse to perform a side kick through with the same leg before starting the flow on the other side. Get set up in cat and I'll guide you through it. We will be starting with a left leg side kick through. Hit that side kick through, return through cat and reach the left leg up and over. Keep the planted right leg straight while rolling on the outside of the foot to complete the roll. Land on the left foot softly and sink down into the hips. Reverse the movement by reaching up and over with the left hand, pass through cat, and take it into a left leg side kick through. Pivot through and perform the right leg side kick through to start the flow on the other side. Exhale on the first kick through, inhale on the scorpion, exhale on the return, and inhale on the second kick through. Find your rhythm, stay connected, and finish strong. Rest, stand up, and catch your breath. Keep things moving, wave at the woman who just gave you a thumbs up, and get ready for the pistol squat. Start out balancing on one leg and extending the other leg out in front. Squat through the balancing leg. It doesn't matter how low you go, just do your best and focus on driving strongly through the balancing leg. Alternate sides after each rep. Let's see what you got. Find your balance, extend the floating leg out in front, use those arms for balance, and hit that pistol. Focus on sinking into the hip, knee, and ankle to find a depth that you feel strong and connected in. Firmly press through the foot to stand tall. Inhale while dropping into the squat, and exhale while elevating out of the squat. Find your tempo, work within your active range, and feel into your strength. If you lose your balance, it's all good. Simply reset and take it right into the next rep. Rest up, breathe in, breathe out, and bounce around to bring some life into those legs. We're gonna need them for the front kick through. Think of this one as an explosive front step through. Spring and jump forward, replacing right hand with right foot. Set the window and kick through with the left leg. Plant through the hands, jump and rock back into the starting position. Repeat on the other side by replacing the left foot with the left hand and kicking through with the right leg. Load the hips, launch forward, replacing right hand with right foot, then kick the left leg through the window. Pop the left leg back through the window, load the hips, and spring into the other side. Keep it flowing at a tempo in which you can stay in control and connected through the ground. Inhale as you load the hips and exhale as you kick through the window. You can bring more intention to the move by externally rotating the kicking leg from the hip and pointing through the toe. Stay focused, tap into that breathing pattern, and keep it rolling for just a few more seconds. Rest up, round 2 is in the books. Awesome job. You've got a little extra time to catch your breath and stretch out. Just make sure you keep the body moving. It doesn't matter what it is, just keep it moving. While you're resting, let's take a look at the side kick roll. Start this move with a side kick through, but this time plant the side of the foot into the ground. Roll through the foot, plant the floating hand, and do a side kick through with the other leg. Got it? Let's set up in cat and give it a go. Kick the left leg through, reach and plant the foot. Reach and plant the right hand out in front, kicking the right leg through the window and keep the flow going. Don't get caught up too much in the foot and hand placement. It's going to vary, so simply focus on staying connected through the ground contact points. This is a great move to explore different positions of support through the arms and play with different kicking angles through the legs. Let your instincts and creativity flow. Exhale as you kick through and plant the foot, and inhale as you plant the hand and go through the roll. Rest up. Wow, those storm clouds moved in quick. Will we make it through this workout in time? Guess you're gonna have to stick around and find out. No time to waste. Let's review this next move, the shrimp to pistol flow. Hit the shrimp squat, find the ball of the back foot, and roll back into the pistol squat. Press up, then sink down, find the heel of the extended leg, roll through to the shrimp squat, and press up to standing. You're only gonna get 2 or 3 reps of the sequence on each side, so take your time. And if it's too challenging, get another round of either the shrimp or pistol squats. Drop into the shrimp squat, shift back onto the ball of the back foot, and roll onto the heel into the pistol. Stand tall, then sink back down into the squat. Roll onto the heel of the front foot, finding your balance in the shrimp squat before standing tall. Switch legs and remember to start the flow with the shrimp squat. Breathe, feel into your active range of motion, and use the arms to support balance. If you mess up, you lose your balance, stick with it, reset, and give it another go. Rest. That is a tough flow, so great effort challenging your strength, mobility, and balance. Keep the body moving. We're almost done, so finish strong. We're finishing with a fun and challenging move, the front kick switch. Hit a front kick through, plant the hands, and this time, instead of jumping back into the hips, switch plant legs and hit the kick through on the other side. Hit the switch again, spring back to load the hips, and you're set up to go through the sequence on the other side. I'll guide you through it, get set up in cat, and load the hips. Launch forward into the front kick through, then switch by wrapping the kicking leg around to become the plant leg on the other side. Hit the kick through, switch back for one last kick, and pop it back to load the hips. Hit the flow on the other side, starting with the kick through, then kick switch, followed by another kick switch, and then back to load the hips. Stay focused on the flow, moving at a pace that allows you to stay in control and connected through the ground. We've got about 15 seconds left in this workout, so finish strong. Stay engaged through the body, continue to breathe. You've got this. That's a wrap. Great work. Give yourself a mini round of applause and feel free to join me in going full starfish for a few breaths before our cool down. Don't dip out on the cooldown. You just revved up the system with a bunch of quality work. Now take care of it by downshifting into a resting state. We're gonna spend the next 2 minutes going through some Shinbox movement, so get settled in a 5-point crab with nice extension through the heart. Sweep the legs over to one side, coming into a Shinbox. Then look over your rear shoulder for a gentle twist through the spine. Switch over to the other side, keeping the eyes up while pressing strongly through the planted hand to promote extension through the heart and throat. When I was going through this, I found myself exhaling on the twist and inhaling on the Shinbox switch. Do what feels natural for you right now. Just make sure that you're syncing your breath with these two movements. The next time you come into the Shinbox, drive through the planted hand, extend through the hips, and reach the floating hand to the sky for a great stretch. Keep the inside ankle down to stretch the inner line of the back leg. Sit back into the hips, switch sides, and continue with the flow. Again, breathing is up to you. I like inhale on the reach and exhale on the return to the ground, but do what feels natural. Now we're going to kick the back heel away and press through the top of the foot on extension. This is going to stretch the outer line of the leg. Just a small detail that allows you to get creative with your stretches. Thanks for getting primal with me. If you enjoyed this workout, like it, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Smoov. Be sure to check out the other workouts on this channel. Grab the free Primal Foundations program in the description below. And until next time, stay smooth.